This is the Surly Grognards for August 18th, 2014. This is Peter Bowman, and as usual, I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Eric Carlson. How are you doing tonight, Eric?
I'm doing all right.
Excellent. So, I didn't get very much sleep last night.
I'm shocked.
That happens sometimes. So I'm a little punchy today. And, we don't have a topic. Eric?
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
It's going to be one of those shows, folks. Oh, lordy.
Yeah, we're good at this. We're professional.
We are? Well, since when have we been professional?
We're totally professional at sucking at this.
Fair enough. Hell, this is the 96th episode we've done.
Shut up, you're a liar.
I'm not. I've been counting it.
Liar.
We've done 96 episodes. In 4 more, we'll have done 100.
We'll have to do something special for the 100th. Like, I don't know, throw rocks at something.
Or either that or just have it be a complete and utter letdown, and people will go, why the hell wasn't there anything special for the 100th? And we'll say, ha, that was our plan.
We totally trolled you. It was on purpose. Not that we lost track and forgot or anything.
We'd never do that. Like we did for the 50th.
Yeah. We totally did for the 50th.
I think we just had some normal topic for the 50th, but yeah. At any rate, oh god. So before we started recording, we were sort of chatting about various stuff. We started talking about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy because Eric made a reference and I corrected him because I'm horrifically pedantic about that sort of thing sometimes.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I am.
Totally is.
Oh god, but it got me thinking. As much as we both adore the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series.
It's a great series of books. In fact, you should dig up my tome and reread it after I finish with the Earthsea book you lent me.
Right. But it was interesting. I loved pieces of the first 3. I love all 3 of the first 3. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Restaurant and at the End of the Universe, and Life, the Universe, and Everything.
So Long Thanks for All the Fish is fun.
It's okay. It's disjointed. I mean, they're all disjointed.
They're all kind of disjointed. That's hardly... They're all pretty disjointed, honestly.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a step down from the others, I think.
It's been a long time since I've read them, so I can't speak intelligently about yay or nay.
Yeah, it's hurt a little bit by the fact that it's so Arthur centric, and as much as I do love Arthur, the other characters do help the book out a lot. And Ford doesn't show up until about like 2/3 of the way through it.
Oh right, because Arthur's stuck on the planet full of the dumbasses.
No, he's on Earth.
Oh, that's right. Yes, it's the 5th one that starts with Arthur stuck on the planet full of dumbasses,
which has a great scene.
Yes.
With the sandwich maker, where he's the sandwich maker. And that is a great scene, and Arthur is happy. And then everything goes to shit, because the 5th book is monumentally bleak.
Yes. The 5th book is the one that loses me, honestly, which thankfully was the last one.
Yeah, well...
Because the 5th one, they're all kind of bleak and depressing when you strip away the comedy. There is no comedy in the 5th one.
There is some, but
there is some, but not enough to sweeten the bitter pill that is the story.
It's sort of going for black humor and missing the mark a bit, I think.
Yeah, which is unusual for
Adams. Yeah, he's usually very good at that.
Master at that.
He was a master at that, but yeah.
Friggin' Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul is a monumentally depressing book without the amazing prose and sense of humor it has.
Right. Oh god, yeah. But yeah, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy in itself is this wonderful. I mean, it's got a lot of lighthearted moments to it, but it's at its core, it's sort of a black comedy at its deep, dark core.
It starts off with the apocalypse.
Yeah, the Earth gets blown up. That, by the way, I'm not saying spoiler alert. That's not a spoiler.
That's not a spoiler. That's the first friggin' chapter.
Right. The end of chapter 1, Earth go boom. I think. Might be chapter 2. But
I
it's
think
real.
beginning chapter 2. But yeah, Earth explodes. There's the end.
But the story goes on from there.
Yeah.
Because it's the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But yeah, I adore that book. I adore it. I mean, you've also heard me expound on the fact that as much as I love the books, and as much as I love the BBC miniseries, and as much as I enjoyed the movie, though it was horribly flawed, and
It was
really,
very, very flawed. Although
really,
Mos Def as Ford Perfect was pretty awesome.
Mos
Honestly.
Def was good. Martin Freeman as Arthur was great.
Yep.
Zoe Deschanel was decent as Trillian. I liked her. Sam Rockwell should have been a brilliant choice as Zaphod.
Yeah, they just didn't do enough with the double-headed thing.
Yeah, well, they really couldn't think. They couldn't think of a way to do it the way it's supposed to be done. So they kind
Right.
of
They
didn't
just
really.
lopped off a head at the end.
He had a second head. It was just buried in his neck or something. That was
Something
dumb.
stupid, yeah.
Alan Rickman's was fantastic as Marvin.
It was Marvin, yes.
He was very good, and Stephen Fry was an inspired choice to do the narration.
Oh, right, I forgot he did the narration.
And he was so good. I mean, he's not as good as oh god, who did the original narration?
Yeah. I don't remember the name, but yeah.
Oh god, I'm gonna look this up now. Here we go. Cast list. Haha. Peter Jones.
Ah.
Peter Jones as the book, because of course, my favorite version of the Hitchhiker's Guide is the radio drama, because it's amazing. Also, it's got the advantage that it's the incarnation where Arthur is the most competent.
I don't know, it does a pretty good job of standing in line in the movie.
Yeah,
I'm British. We queue. This is what we do.
it was funny.
Yes.
And he's not, there's a certain level of, and it's part of the bleakness of the books, is how just, humans are so backwards, really.
Mm.
And so Arthur really, I mean, Arthur is, he's the everyman, but he doesn't really get to do much. He sort of more reacts to things. And he's a lot of fun, but
I like Arthur, if only because of his bungling idiocy and how he tends to save the day entirely by accident.
yes, but I mean, like,
Despite the fact trying to save the day in an entirely different manner.
yeah, well, there are a few times where he actually does it sort of intentionally too, but
Right.
sort of like, why don't we activate we're being shot at by missiles? Why don't we turn on the improbability drive without the shielding on? Well, anything could happen then. Well, isn't that better than being dead?
Oh, what is this sound rushing up around me? Oh, I think I'll call it wind. Yes, wind.
Oh, the poor whale. Oh god, and that bit is a great example of Adam's black humor.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, I love the radio drama to pieces. But I know you haven't listened to it, right, Eric?
I haven't listened to it, no.
I personally love it for listening to, like, I think it's a great thing for listening to while traveling, like on the bus or something like that.
Mm.
I listen to things like that or podcasts and such when I'm traveling long distances, long in air quotes. Like if I'm for instance, if I'm going to visit our mutual friend Chris and Hannah, it's about an hour trip total time for me, my apartment to there via bus, and the short bit of walking I have to do. So usually I'll have a couple of podcast type things loaded up onto my iPod, and not my iPod, but my MP3 player. Used to be an iPod, but I don't have that anymore. Mine broke.
I've never actually owned an iPod, and I don't regret that. I've had a variety of MP3 players, and the one I have now has lasted me about 6 or 7 years. It's tough as nails. I've beaten the living fuck out of it.
Well, I I loved my previous iPods to pieces, but um, the first one, the drive eventually gave out because it was a hard. It actually had a hard drive on it,
Right, right.
and my second one also had a hard drive on it, but the battery died. Like the
Oh,
battery didn't
right.
actually die. Like the apparently from doing research on it, it looked like it was basically the wires to the battery like were loose or something like that, so it became loose. The problem is that it's not something that I can fix myself because Apple puts their products together so they can't be taken apart.
A lot of companies do that now,
Yeah,
and it's shitty, is what it is.
it
But
sucks.
planned obsolescence.
Yeah. So yeah, and I have not bought a new iPod since. I've got a cheapo MP3 player.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I got mine. I think it was actually a gift from my sister. I think about it.
This one it doesn't hold nearly as much as my iPod did. Um, Not even close.
Right, right.
Because my iPod had an actual hard drive in it, so it actually could hold 80 gigs of data.
Yeah, because it was a fucking hard drive.
I actually used it to transfer files a lot, honestly, between computers because it was good. It could be done for that, but oh god. But at any rate, yeah, I do recommend the Hitchhiker's Guide radio drama. It's a lot of fun. I also recommend the BBC miniseries. That was a lot of fun, if low budget.
By low budget, you mean like it made the original Doctor Who look like a budgetary juggernaut.
Maybe. I like the Marvin costume. That was good.
The Marvin costume was so retro 50s. It looked like a friggin' like one of those like wind up tin robots from the 50s
Yep.
that you'd get kids, and that's kind of awesome.
That was my point. It's great. I think it's fantastic.
I wanted to make sure I was thinking of the right Marvin, honestly.
Yep. The
Because there have
really
been a lot of different versions of him.
well, sure. The really cool thing about the miniseries is all the actors in that. Those are all the
Yeah.
people who did the voices in the radio drama.
Oh, cool.
Which is why Trillian looks completely incongruous with the way she's described in the books.
Right.
It's like, isn't Trillian supposed to be sort of tall with long dark hair and sort of an olive complexion? Yes. Why is she a short, sort of perky blonde? Because that's what the voice actors looked like. And we wanted to keep the same people. Okay. Perfectly reasonable. And they did do the two separate heads for Zaphod.
Yes. One was clearly a paper mache one.
No, it was better than that. It was actually a crappy animatronic that broke,
Oh, that's right.
and they didn't have the money to fix it.
It just sort of sat there being dumb.
And it could occasionally move, and so it did that occasionally, but it looked really bad. But I admire them for the attempt. I really admire them for the attempt. It's like, yes, we've got an animatronic head, and about half the electronics broke in it. Can we fix it? Nope. Should we ditch it? Well, David's got to have two heads. All right, go with it.
Go.
We'll do what we can with it. As it sort of looks about, lurching from side to side, looking about. Oh, it's so classic. But yeah, oh god. Oh, I love the Hitchhiker's Guide. So yeah, that was sort of what we were talking about before the show started, and I did want to sort of talk a little bit about it because I think we've talked about it a bit before in an earlier show.
Yeah.
I think we might have had almost this
I
exact
think we had an
conversation.
almost entire episode based on it, honestly.
Well, I think we talked about I think we talked about it a fair bit on one of our shows talking about books and sort of
Yeah.
how they relate to gaming. So I think we talked
I
about
think
it,
we did.
and
Yeah.
we talked about. I think we might have had almost this exact conversation.
That sounds right. Yes.
Knowing us, it's probably true.
Yeah.
There's one other incarnation of the Hitchhiker's Guide I do want to mention, which is the Infocom text adventure game.
Which I never played.
I did. It was my introduction to Infocom text adventures.
Okay. Okay.
I loved it. I had a blast with it. I really enjoyed those games. And that sort of grew into I actually grew into really enjoying the point and click adventure games because they're sort of a outgrowth of that sort of style of game.
Okay.
Just instead of typing commands, you moved about, and they had sort of the same sort of weird puzzles you had to solve and such. And you played point and click adventure games, right, Eric?
I played point and click. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I haven't played a lot of text adventure games because
Well, no.
I was poor when they were a thing. So.
Right. Well, we had an Apple II of some sort, or something like that, and I forget what computer we had. It was a computer my mom got through school because my mom was a teacher, and they made sure she could get a computer cheap through school, which seems
Awesome.
entirely reasonable.
Yes. I had in the 80s. Our computer was a pile of trash in the corner.
Yeah.
For years, I went to go. Whenever I saw a keyboard, I'd think I was supposed to pour soda on it.
Oh dear. Yeah. I grew
Little
up.
did I know you're supposed to pour chicken blood and bourbon on it. That's how you get the Loa of the computer to do your bidding.
Please don't do that to your keyboard.
I'm doing it right now.
Oh dear Lord.
It's never failed me.
Sure. I
That
believe you.
know of.
Yeah, because I've never seen you actually do it, thankfully. At any rate, yeah, we had like an Apple II for a while of some sort, and eventually my mom got a Mac, and got another. She had a series of various Macintoshes for a while, and then eventually they got a PC through school, and my mom immediately lamented that. My mom really likes Macintoshes.
We started out with a Mac for whatever reason, but I quickly was lured over to the power of the PC, because it was just so much more modular.
I know why I love PCs.
Also, more games.
That'd be why. That's why I really got into PCs. Whereas my
Now it's
mom,
not bourbon. Hope you're happy, Loa.
oh god. But at any rate, yeah, I did enjoy the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy text adventure game, despite its infuriating puzzles in here and there. Because it was an Infocom game, and that meant it had some infuriating puzzles.
Yeah, I've heard stories.
It's not one of the harder ones, but it's got a couple of it had a couple of doozies. There's one there are two stumper puzzles in particular in it. One of which is how to escape the ravenous bug bladder beast.
Are you supposed to like stick your head in like a hole or something?
Well, of course you have a towel.
So you put it over your head.
Right. That means it basically ignores you. The problem is that you can't escape because you can't see.
Oh, right.
And so what you end up what you do, the puzzle actually is you have, I forget how you get something or other. You get some sort of hard object. I forget exactly what it is. It's been ages. But you basically, because he's got the bladder beast, is one of the things you'll notice is that he's got a monument with the names of everybody he's eaten on it.
Mm.
So you write your name at the bottom.
Of course.
And then he sees it and assumes he's eaten you and just ignores you.
That sounds like a Douglas Adams solution.
Yes, because Douglas Adams was involved in the writing of the game. And this is one of the reasons I love it to pieces. The other one is basically how to get into Marvin's room on the Heart of Gold.
Oh, right.
Because
the infamous T and not T.
Yes, because you have to prove to the door you're smart enough, and eventually you have to prove to it that you have both T and no T simultaneously. And
Short is T.
Yes, exactly. And thus, in that sort of existential Zen state that you've managed to achieve by having both T and no T at the same time, the door's like, okay, fine, you can come in. And you have to do both those things in order to beat the game, because, duh.
Right.
The trick...
Fuck you, player.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but I grew into my love of video games. That's actually one of the reasons I got into video games. Is I played a few of those, and then I actually I think my real love for video games came from discovering a few of them in the arcades.
Yeah, that's what got me, honestly.
Yeah, I'm remembering now. I like one of my this back when I was a kid, like around when I was like 8 or so. So a long time ago. Uh, back when
Sinistar.
Sinistar and games like
I
that.
played the fuck out of Sinistar.
I hunger. I live.
Yeah.
Run, run. But yeah, specifically, it wasn't just arcades, but during the '80s, like arcade game cabinets were every fucking where. Specifically, as an example,
Well, not in Mendon, but we had a mini golf course with a few arcade
right,
things in it.
absolutely, I understand, but like here in uh, like right after my dad for a good chunk of the '80s, when my dad played on a local recreational league basketball team with a bunch of people he knew. And one of their traditions was after games, they and the families would go out. We'd go out to dinner. Usually one of two restaurants that were favored. One of them was this place both of them were Mass Ave. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. One of them was this local place that was not part of a chain or anything like that. It was just this place called Nick's Beef and Beer.
Good name.
Oh yeah, and they had gloriously awesome cheeseburgers.
Awesome.
I loved them. And the other place was a local chain called the Ground Round. You may remember them, Eric.
I remember the ground round.
Yeah, they are no more, sadly. But the Ground Round that we went to had a small room. It had sort of a small mini arcade in it. And so I would, occasionally I get a small chunk of my allowance, and take it in quarters and play video games there once every couple of weeks. And the games like I remember the games in particular that I got completely hooked on were like Tempest and Pitfall. Oh God, Pitfall. And Pac-Man, of course, because
Pac-Man was everywhere.
yeah. Oh, and Robotron 2028 or whatever it was.
Oh, Robotron.
That.
The humanoid. Yeah,
Oh my God, that game. One of my all-time favorite games, and a really dark and depressing game if you actually like look at it. A lot of games from that era were like, if you actually read the stories, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Robotron was really bleak. I mean, Robotron was like Terminator future bleak.
Yeah.
And
The humanoid.
because you're like trying to save humans from being assimilated by these robot things, it's just like, oh my God.
Proto-Borg.
Yeah, and Defender. You basically just like save these humans from being like abducted by aliens to be like experimented on and killed or what have you.
Missile Commander. Holy crap, Missile Commander. Think for a moment about Missile Commander. Your whole point is to desperately try to shoot down the nukes before any of them hit the city you're defending.
Right. Holy crap, that could have only been made in the 80s. That's a height of the Cold War game.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I remember when they got Street Fighter up at the arcade stand.
Oh, lordy, Street Fighter.
Holy crap, did I play the crap out of that. E-Honda was my boy. I
Oh,
wanted
God.
to be Blanca, but I stuck with Blanca, so it was E-Honda.
E-Honda. E-Honda was in Street Fighter 2, technically.
Whatever.
Pedantic! I say that because E-Honda was also my boy. And I played the crap out of that one at the local ice cream shop on Mass Ave, Emac and Bolio's.
Yep.
And they had that, and they had a Mortal Kombat machine.
I remember I was visiting my folks a few weeks ago, and my brother had a copy of the new Street Fighter on his Xbox. So he played some. I was like, okay, where's E-Honda? Where's E-Honda? I know one move, it's Thousand Hand Slap. I'm going to spam the fuck out of it.
I don't think is E-Honda in the newest one.
Yeah, he's in there.
Oh, cool. They brought him back then.
Yes.
'Cause he was gone for a while, from what I understand, which made me sad.
That had everyone, including a bunch of guys I had no idea who they were.
Well, of course, they added a whole bunch of characters over the years.
Yeah.
They've cycled some in and out, except for Ryu, because Ryu's always got to be there.
Yeah, Ken and Ryu are always there, always. And then there's Dan Hibiki, who's just a really crappy version of Ken.
Oh, Dan. Dan. Oh, God, Dan.
There was Akuma and Oni. Remember those guys?
Yeah, well, Akuma's been around for a while. Oni is relatively new, I think.
Oni's just a reskinned Akuma with the blue fire.
He's got slightly different moves.
He's got slightly different moves, but yeah, that's pretty much what I determined. Is that, yeah, you're just a reskinned Akuma.
So yeah, oh Street Fighter. I just remember when like Mortal Kombat came out, everyone like obsessed over it. I played a fair bit of it, but then
Mortal Kombat was alright. Mortal Kombat 2 was the one I really enjoyed.
but yeah, that's the interesting thing is that Mortal Kombat like there's huge like it was a huge hit for a while, and everyone's like, but then people started drifting back to Street Fighter 2. It was interesting.
Part of it was also that Mortal Kombat was also a huge leap technologically. Like, a lot of shortcuts were taken in that made it look gorgeous compared to a lot of other games.
Yeah,
A lot of really creative shortcuts that I used to be able to list, but I can't anymore. But yeah, then Mortal Kombat 2 came out, and you had what was his name? The guy with the friggin' like bone spurs that would pop out of his arm, and you could like shoot
the blades.
Yeah,
That's
that guy was
Baraka.
awesome. Yeah, Baraka was awesome. Screw you and your Sub-Zeros and your Scorpions. I want Baraka. On sword arms.
But yeah, I played a bunch of fighting games during that period, and then I drifted away from them and really can't go back to them anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I've tried playing some of the newer ones. Oh my god, I suck.
nothing teaches you that you suck like playing against our friend Akeem.
I believe it. Honestly, watching people who are good at them, it's just like, oh my god, what the fuck are they doing?
Played some Injustice. That's lots of fun. It saddens me to say this, but the guy I'm best with is Doomsday. Doomsday and Raven. Because Raven's super is she's just like, fuck you, I'm summoning Daddy and he's going to shoot with his eye beams.
Okay. I can see that. Yeah.
And Doomsday punches you through the earth.
Well, it's Doomsday. What do you expect? Oh, lordy. You know what's really funny?
What's that?
I think I've mentioned this on the show before, but I'm mentioning it again. Just talking about Street Fighter reminded me. You know what existed and blows my mind that it existed? I actually own a copy of it.
Street Fighter RPG.
Not just not just any RPG. The storytelling game. Yes, it was made by White Wolf.
Oh, was it made by White Wolf? Holy
yes,
shit.
it was.
Oh my god.
Using the storyteller system, Eric. So in theory, your Street Fighter characters are cross-compatible in a sort of weird way with your vampire characters and mage characters and such.
Holy crap. If I ever end up in another World of Darkness campaign, I'm totally borrowing that from you so I can make a friggin' Street Fighter. I'll just run around challenging people to fights all the time. It'll be great.
Oh, God.
Prove to me that you're the strongest. Ha!
My favorite thing is...
And then some gut offenders will tear my throat out.
Maybe not. They'll do some damage to you. But if your block score is good enough, no, they won't hurt you. They'll do a couple of levels. They might do a level of aggravated damage. That's about it. It'll just take for a while for it to heal.
Right.
E Honda can literally block Dynamite and have a 50-50 chance of taking 1 point of aggravated damage.
Awesome.
Some guys and I worked that out when we were fooling around. It's like, E Honda's stamina and block scores are so high that if he blocks an exploding dynamite right next to him, he has a 50-50 shot of taking a point of aggravated damage.
Abusing game systems.
I mean, yeah, all the World Warrior guys are all just completely unfair. But, like, E Honda has stamina 7.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Tougher than a lot of Krenos werewolves.
Yeah.
He
No,
doesn't have to be a 9 foot tall wolf monster to pull it off. He's just a big fat sumo wrestler.
all his physical stats are at least 5 dots.
Wow. Okay.
Let me. Is it on my bookshelf? If it's on my bookshelf, I have to grab this because oh my god, it's hilarious. It is. Hang on 1 second.
Crap, how did E Honda not show up in any World of Darkness game I was playing in? Like seriously, like just, aha, I'm a puny mortal human. Oh no, beat the crap out of you, mage, vampire, and werewolf.
Well, it's not supposed to be cross-compatible. Is the thing. That's the thing. All right, let's see. Ryu's stats.
Tens across the board.
No. No, his physical stats are all 5.
Right.
Social stats. Charisma 5, manipulation 3, appearance 4. Mental, perception, intelligence, wits, all 5.
Of course.
Ken is very similar, though his social stats are slightly better and his mental stats aren't quite as good. Oh, dear Lord, Zangief. Well, Zangief's dexterity isn't amazing.
Is it only 5?
No, it's 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but his strength and stamina are both 7.
Right.
All right, let's see. I'm going to see.
Zangief was awesome. This big, hairy Russian, like carpet growing off of his chest, forearms, and shins.
Let's see. Blanca, all 5s in physical. His perception is 6.
Right, because he's a freaking beast man from the Amazon.
Oh god, Dalsim. His strength and dexterity are only. His strength's 4, his dexterity's 3, and his stamina is 5.
Yeah, but he's got like Yoga Flame and
Yes, and a lot like that's interesting. Is like all those like energy abilities are all based off your mental stats. Like I think it's like based off your intelligence and wits, if I remember correctly. No, it's sorry, it's your technique ability called Focus, which I think adds in like intelligence or wits, and his focus is like 6.
right.
You know, like
Yoga Flame.
Yeah, Fei Long, strength 5, dex 6, stamina 4.
Which one is Fei Long?
He's the Bruce Lee knockoff.
Right.
T-Hawk, strength 6, stamina 6, dexterity 4.
Thunderhawk. I forgot he was a thing that existed.
Hawk! God, I hated him.
That was another thing that could only have existed in the 80s, is Thunderhawk.
Yeah. Cammy, all 5s in her physicals because, yeah.
Because have you seen Cammy's ass?
E Honda, yes. Strength 6, dexterity 5, stamina 7. Punch 6, his block is only 4, but with that stamina, dear lord. Oh god. Charisma 4, manipulation 3, appearance 3, perception 4, intelligence 4, wits 3.
Because he's fucking E Honda.
Intimidation 6 dots. You gonna fuck with E Honda? That dude is terrifying. Oh god, DJ, all 5s in physical, charisma 6. oh my god, Chun-Li. Oh my god, Chun-Li.
Chun-Li's dex has got to be through the fucking roof.
Strength 5, dexterity 7,
Yeah.
stamina 5.
Yeah, she's got that friggin' helicopter kick and all the crazy shit. Yeah, Chun-Li having dex 7 makes perfect sense.
Well, within the context of the World Warriors, sure.
Yeah.
within the greater World of Darkness, comparing to World of Darkness stuff, no, not at all.
Compared to the World of Darkness stuff, she can beat up friggin' older vampires.
But yes, I own a copy of Street Fighter, the storytelling game. I couldn't resist!
It is ridiculous.
I saw it on the shelf at
Ridiculous.
the games people play, and I'm like, how can I say no to this? And it was $15. Literally, that's the price in the back. I mean...
Wow, okay. Yeah.
How do you say no? It is the most patently absurd thing ever. It's not a great game. It is light years better than it has any right to be. But I wouldn't call it good.
I would call it exactly how you troll the World of Darkness players.
Yes. Oh God, I goofed around with it in college. My friends and I had several friends who were big into World of Darkness, but they were also like me, thought this was hilarious.
Right.
And so we would goof around at it, and then we'd like, and then we had new other people who were sort of other gamers who were big World of Darkness people, and we'd start talking about Street Fighter, and they would look at us like, "What the fuck are you talking about World of Darkness? You're talking about vampires?" Like, no, we're talking about Street Fighter, the storytelling game. The what? And I'd hold the book up, and they would look at me like, "What the fuck?"
No, no, no. Here's the thing. You say open World of Darkness campaign. Just run your character by the game master. Make sure your game master is in on it and make a Street Fighter character.
Oh,
So
my
as everyone's sitting there trying to figure out who's playing what in the first session, yeah, that would be awesome.
yes, and you walk in with your sumo wrestler.
Yes.
Oi! The fuck? What are you? I'm a Sumotori. What?
No, 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 no. But what are you? A Sumotori. No, not your profession. What are you? A person?
What are you? Some kind
A
of
warrior. Yes.
Wait, you're just human? What do you mean just human?
Kick your ass. Kick your ass, you pasty Toreador wanker.
What do you mean? Wait, 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 wait. What the fuck? Yeah, or like when the Kabaddi fighter starts throwing fireballs. You're like, what the ever living fuck? How? Are you a wizard?
Completely explodes the mage's brain.
Right.
You should be able to do that.
Because it's not even magic. It's chi.
Oh, you're not swarmed with paradox spirits? 'Cause I'm awesome.
Well, because it's just a manifestation of my own internal chi. It's the way the world actually works. No, it's not! Yeah, it is.
Duh. Obviously, you're some sort of very stable marauder.
No. I'm a martial artist. I'm a martial artist and a yogi.
Yeah. My God. Why hasn't that ever happened?
It probably has somewhere. But again, the archetypical World of Darkness players whom we knew, whom I was not particularly fond of in college. You know, the ones with their hands permanently, their backs, their hands permanently stapled to their foreheads.
Oh, no, no. Not stapled. Held in place by the railroad spike. I know exactly the type of player you're talking about.
Oh my god. And the amount of joy I took at inflicting the Street Fighter game on them, just showing it to them, they're like, but, no! This can't be. I was like, well, technically it's not part of the World of Darkness, so you don't have to worry about this. But it's a storyteller game! What? Dude, it's just goofy fun. Chill. Ah! Ryu Planeswalker in the chat. I am the Lord of the Vampire Shoryuken! Thank you, Ryu. Oh my god, yeah,
Um, I'm Bob. I'm Bob. I currently have a job as a longshoreman. Okay. And you're just a person? Yes. Asterix.
Yeah, I've also studied boxing, and stuff like that. But yeah, I've got somewhere. I've got the expansion with the styles from the bad guys.
Awesome.
I just don't know where it is off the top of my head. It might be in my bookshelf too. But like it's got boxing and whatever style it is that it's got Muay Thai, boxing, and whatever it is that what's his bucket does.
M. Bison?
No, well, yes. In the Japanese, yeah. In the Japanese version, M. Bison. In the American version, Vega.
Right. Because they changed the names for reasons.
Actually, it wasn't M. Bison. M. Bison was... Okay, sorry. M. Bison was who we call Balrog.
Right.
Vega was
Balrog?
was Balrog, yeah, and M. Bison was... No. It might have just been M. Bison and...
I think it was just M Bison and Vega that had their
No,
names
no, no,
switched.
no. It was because the boxer was M Bison,
Okay.
definitively, because it was a Mike Tyson joke.
Right.
Actually, I think it might be it. So M Bison was Balrog was M Bison, Vega was Balrog, and M Bison was Vega. Maybe I think actually.
Hmm.
Hypnofun in the chat seems to be agreeing with me. I'm not willing to look this up, so I don't care. I claimed it to be accurate. I'm gonna double check it. I could have. No, yeah, it doesn't have. It doesn't have. Like the one I really wish was in here was Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Because
From
that's
Saga.
like the other two styles are the other styles that are in that boxing too, but the other styles that aren't in here, it's like yeah, it'd be nice if they were in here, but like boxing and Muay Thai would be great, but like the other two are really tied to like specifically M Bison style is something he is basically his own style.
Right. Oh. Oh, god damn it. That's a World of Darkness game.
What?
It. You have to. You've all learned through your various supernatural channels that someone is attempting some means of taking over the world, and it all revolves around getting all these powerhouses of various sorts in one place for for a tournament of some kind, and you discover you've just walked into Tekken.
Well, honestly, you walked into M Bison's tournament.
Yes.
You realize M Bison is trying to take over the world with his amazing psychic powers.
Yes.
He has those.
But yeah, you never actually use the names of the actual published names. You just describe them. You say, big hulking man in a bright red military uniform with a cape. What? Yes, with a peaked commissar's hat, and he's presiding over the tournament. What's his name? You keep on getting different names. You're not sure. It seems to be Vegas or Buffalo. You're not sure, and so many different languages are being tossed around.
Oh god, the confusion for the players.
Yes.
Especially when they see like it's like so two people fighting in the ring right now. Okay, who are they? Well, this looks like some very big muscular American. It's a black guy who seems to be a boxer, and he's going up against this enormous Japanese man who's very clearly a sumotori. Also, his hands are moving faster than you can follow. Wait,
So he has celerity. He must be a vampire, right?
No, he doesn't seem to be. Like the mage is like, no, he's not. He's human. What the ever-loving fuck? I'm detecting no magic or anything weird supernatural whatsoever. What?
Suddenly a fight breaks out on the tarmac as some American with a ridiculous flat top haircut is flinging crescents of wind energy at some guy some Japanese guy in a gi shooting fireballs. What?
I don't, but what? Also, there's an Indian yogi just sort of sitting, in the lotus position, floating in midair.
What?
Okay, that one I can almost see making sense. Like I can see the mage going, okay, I can believe. It's a gross violation of,
Everything I've been taught and learned.
but that's possible. But wait, he's not magical. Wait,
Durr?
what? I'm confused. I'm going home now. Fuck this. Let the technocracy take over. I give up. Well, the technocracy apparently no longer a thing in the New World of Darkness.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the New World of Darkness. So, whatever. I know the world ended because Games Workshop.
I like how you blame Games Workshop for that one. Eric?
Well, it was totally the sort of thing Games Workshop would do, honestly.
Wait, seriously?
And then and then realize their mistake and pretend it never happened. That's the big difference.
Eric? Do you know
Yes?
what airs this Saturday?
What airs this Saturday?
Go on, guess.
The new Doctor Who?
Yep.
Ooh. Is that like 8?
I don't know when, but it's this Saturday.
Alright. Well,
Um,
I'll have to watch it.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch Peter Capaldi just cuss the ever living fuck out of other Time Lords.
Or maybe not.
He has to. Come on! I am actually pretty excited to see Capaldi play.
Oh, I think he's gonna be great.
I think it's yeah. I'm kind of excited for this new version of Doctor Who. I mean, I loved Matt Smith. I loved the whole like wacky like mythological slash fairy tale aspect they concentrated with his run.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Peter Capaldi I think will be a good Doctor.
I'm hoping that they clean up some of the things that have been minor problems in Doctor Who for a while.
Mm. Well, they did clean up the "we destroy the Daleks forever" at the end until
Yeah,
next season.
yeah. I'm hoping that Moffat learns to not be completely allergic to consequences,
Yeah,
because he's been completely allergic to consequences,
yeah.
like completely and utterly. It's like damn it.
Well, it might be kind of interesting is if the Matt Smith's version of the Doctor was completely allergic to consequences, and how Capaldi has to deal with them all.
I would love that. I would love
I
that to
think that would be
pieces.
awesome.
I doubt it'll happen, but
Why did I go to Tenzalore? Fuck, now my timeline's all screwed up. I gotta fix that. Being chased by scythe-tailed bat monsters and...
yeah, I don't know. As much as I do enjoy New Who, but it has had flaws for a while.
yeah. Well, Doctor Who's...
Doctor Who's always had
nothing
flaws.
if not flawed.
Yeah, no, there's no perfect incarnation of Doctor Who. I mean, and it will never happen.
Yeah. Because, let's face facts, part of the reason we love Doctor Who is because of its flaws.
Yeah, part of it, I would say, at least for the two of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Capaldi. I'm happy that they've gone older.
Yes.
My reaction to that was about fucking time, honestly.
Yeah, because you had Eccleston, and then they started doing the whole, like, teen heartthrob thing.
Yeah. Now, mind you, there are a lot of people who are up in arms about the fact that he's older.
Really? Why?
Oh God, yeah. Well, because
I don't pay attention to idiots, so...
Well, it's just not what they're used to. Is the thing. I mean, they're people who are used to the Doctor looking about that age, the age that most of them look like. I mean, even Eccleston didn't look old.
Yeah, fair enough.
And so that's what they're used to if they've only really watched the New Who. And they're used to that style of Doctor and the relationship. That's the relationship they've had between the Doctor and his companions. And I'm looking forward to it going back to the more traditional Doctor Who relationship with the companion. I'm really looking forward to that.
Mm.
I'm really looking forward to the complete lack of romantic interest.
Yeah, same here. That got tired really quickly.
Yeah.
Didn't need an entire companion's run to be dedicated to trying to jump the fucking... No, to unrequited mooning over the Doctor.
Yeah. That was why Donna was so refreshing.
Yes.
Because she was not remotely attracted to the Doctor. But again, they still had that...
Skinny.
But they still had that sort of... it was almost too friendly a relationship.
Too familiar.
Yeah, too familiar, yeah. And, I mean, like, if you go look at the...
I always like it when the companions give the Doctor shit, though.
I do too, and that's one of the great things about
bullshit.
That's one of the great things about Donna is that she took none of the Doctor's crap.
Yeah, she called him on shit all the time. That was one of the great things about Ace. That she'd occasionally just go, "You're being an idiot. You know that, right?"
Well, that's the reason we loved Romana too. I mean, because
Yes.
she was actually the Doctor. Well, she wasn't the equal. She was on par with the Doctor. She wasn't his equal. She was much younger than him.
Right, but she'd be like,
But she was another Time Lord.
yeah, she'd just call him on his shit all the time. Um,
Liz Shaw.
Rory never called him on his shit, but you saw got a lot of shots of him rolling his eyes,
Yes.
which is almost better.
I'm looking forward to Capaldi though, and it's the first episode airing the day before my birthday, so yay.
Hooray! Birthday present.
Yep.
Hope you appreciate it.
I'm ecstatic.
Good.
And Backstage mentions that October 4th, season 2 of Log Horizon begins.
Nice.
I'm grinning like an idiot.
That's it's creeping up nice and quickly.
Yeah.
Excrement.
I gotta look something else up here. I'm curious about something, and nope, no known. Okay, not known.
What you're looking
I
at?
was looking to see if the new season of Top Gear was known when it's coming out, but
Ah,
not. It's just currently on break, which means it might not be back till like November
might not be back till
or the next year even.
yeah. It's BBC. They're weird.
Yeah.
Normally, yeah, it's funny in America when a show goes on like a multi-year hiatus, like it's gone forever. It is unofficially canceled.
Well, Top Gear aired.
BBC is just like, they just wanted to go and fuck around in Norway for a while. They're back now.
Well, no, Top Gear it always has at least one series a year. They usually do 2 series a year.
Right.
And Hypnofun wanted to know who Jenna Coleman's character in Doctor Who is. She's the most recent companion. That's Clara.
Yeah, she's a cutie, but like I just have not. She has not gelled for me at all.
She just hasn't. She didn't work well with Smith.
Yeah.
In my opinion, she didn't work badly, but it just didn't quite click. I think she just came in too late in her. The problem was they used up half that last season with the goodbye to Rory and Amy,
Right. Right.
and I
What
think
a
that could have been used to.
unnecessarily convoluted goodbye to Rory and Amy. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly, that they really could have just stood to introduce the companion right at the beginning, and it would have been better, I think.
Yeah. Or just had them go, thanks for fixing our marriage, Doctor. We're going to go and, live like humans now.
I would have liked that. That'd have been great.
Yeah. That way you could have them back for the occasional cameo if the actors so chose.
But no.
Yeah, no, they had to time lock them in some stupid Weeping Angels
Bullshit.
bullshittery.
Oh god,
Particularly convoluted and unnecessary episode.
that episode was not good.
No internal consistency in that episode.
Oh my god. The Doctor was a fucking moron in it too.
Yeah. He's usually a lot brighter. I mean, that whole episode, I'm like, dude, seriously? Dude, seriously?
Seriously?
Dude, seriously? Rewriting history is kind of your job. Come on, man.
Yeah, Hypnofun brings up one of the Statue of Liberty, even 1 second of not being observed. Yeah, fuck you.
I mean, it was a cool shot, but yet, really? Seriously?
That was fucking stupid. Yeah, the biggest problem is that they way overuse the angels.
Yeah.
The Weeping Angels. They way overuse them. It's like,
The
yeah.
Angels are great for that one shot, and they almost instantly lost their mystique.
They were great in Blink, and the second episode they were in was also pretty good. And then we should...
Yeah, I don't know. That was the one with the crashed spaceship, right?
Yeah, it was actually a decent episode.
I thought that any other monster would have worked better than the Angels.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. That's entirely possible, but I thought they were fine. They were fine in the episode. The fact that they ever used them again was a problem.
Yeah.
Oh god. But yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
That'll be awesome. Woohoo! Saturday's gonna be a good day.
Doctor Who. Assuming I'm not like busy doing other stuff because it's the day before my birthday. I have no idea. I have no idea what my schedule is this weekend.
Yeah.
Not a fucking clue. Because I don't know when our crew is the group. Basically, one of our mutual friends and I have birthdays very close to each other, so we often do things round about the same time. We usually often get together and do stuff as a sort of shared event, and don't know when that's happening or if it's happening.
Might happen Sunday.
It might happen Sunday. It might happen Friday. Might happen Saturday. Might not happen at all.
Right.
Because I know he was out of town last week because he's at Gen Con,
Right.
and he's a lucky bastard.
Ah, shit. Pure showing us at Gen Con?
Yep.
Should have had him do some ninja shopping for me. Oh, well.
Uh-huh. And he's not going to be around this Thursday for my Thursday game for reasons. He's got work stuff, I believe.
Right.
And then I don't know when he's coming back.
So, yeah.
No clue. So
We'll find out.
Yeah, I'll find out. But yeah. Lordy. Well, we didn't get any email questions this week. So,
Slackers.
yeah. Curse you all for not sending us questions. I blame all of you.
I blame my minions. Oh, speaking of blaming my minions.
Yeah.
So, I played a game of Warhammer against my friend Pete on Sunday.
Okay.
And my Poison Wind Mortar proceeded to misfire every turn it fired, managing to not explode, but instead land the template on my own forces. So the fact that I lost, I blamed entirely on that one mortar team.
Well done. Oh, mortars and stuff like that in GW games. That reminds me of my Imperial Guard, second edition Imperial Guard army. I used mortars in that because they were neat, and
Yes.
I, at least at that time, was scarily good at estimating distances.
Right. Oh, I should mention for the chat, I play Skaven. So
Right.
the fact that the mortar didn't explode was in itself a small miracle.
Yes. But yeah, so I because they were guess range weapons. You had to estimate you had to guess how far away the target you wanted to shoot at was with these weapons, and then you could measure, and you measure how far you guessed, and that's where your little template thing would land. I had a reputation. I think you might remember this, Eric, of being scarily good at that.
Yeah, you and I both. 'Cause I was working at the frame shop at the time.
Right? Yeah. And people would be like, "Oh my God, how are you?" So I'm gonna aim towards that guy's head, 32 inches, thunk right on his head. They're like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "It's a gift." Actually, it was me actually sort of being able to remember, be able to visualize certain small distances, and
together. Yeah.
and then together. Or the other trick was...
I've lost that ability because I no longer work in sales, so
Right.
I no longer have to guesstimate the size of anything.
Right.
So,
Well, the other big thing for me is that the other trick I was able to, even if I'm able to measure, the problem is that people were like, "How do you able to do that?" They're like, "Yeah, but that's at a diagonal." I'm like, "Well, that's really easy. I can tell it's this far this way, and it's roughly that X distance that way, and I just solve for the hypotenuse." Trigonometry, bitches! Basic, very, very basic trick. Yeah, a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
I remember during the Eye of Terror campaign walking by to see this Imperial Guard player getting his ass kicked by Chaos Marines. And I felt a little bad for him. And he's sitting there and he says, "I'm going to fire my Basilisk 42 inches. What? 42 inches. Are you? Yes. Actually, 42 and a quarter. Really? Land it right on his head. Okay. Landed it right on his head.
Yes. My point of mentioning the mortars thing with my Imperial Guard, though,
Right.
is that they also had a knack, and I shit you not, the number of just you roll the dice and there's a chance they just do nothing.
Yeah.
They misfire, basically.
Shop.
Right, because fuck you. So the number of times I rolled dud mortar shells was astonishing. And it was doubly hilarious because I'd intentionally painted my Imperial Army up to look like the Soviet military.
Someone's getting dragged into the street and shot.
Well, it made a certain amount of sense, just the crappy stuff,
And crappy munitions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you remember to weather seal your munitions? Why would I do that? Winter preserves everything.
Right. I painted my commissar up to look a bit like Lenin. He was Commissar Ulyanov.
Awesome.
My stormtroopers, their undershirts were blue and white stripy.
Right, because these are the old stormtroopers with the berets.
Yep. Which were perfect.
Really stormtroopers. Yes.
They were Spetsnaz. It was great. I think I won maybe 3 games in total with the army. Oh, God. One of them was against a Khorne army, which was hilarious.
Awesome.
It was a bit of luck on my part, I'll freely admit.
To be fair, if the Khorne army had won, it would have been luck also, because that's the Khorne is just wind up and go, or at least it was.
Oh, this is a 2nd edition Khorne army, remember?
Oh, okay, right.
So, yeah, there were some funny bits to it. I blew up his Rhino with his berserkers in it, and
Oh, Jesus, 2nd edition transports, and he actually had stuff in there? It's like some death traps.
well, they're Khorne berserkers. They've got a 2+ armor save. Over half of them died because his dice hated him, and I shot the rest of them to pieces with my las guns before they got anything.
Gotta tell you, man, 2nd edition fucking transports, death traps. No one ever put anything actually in there. They just use them to shield their real vehicles.
Oh, dude, I put troops in my transport. I didn't care about the troops because they were Imperial Guardsmen.
You're putting friggin' Imperial Guardsmen in there. Who cares if they live or die?
It was there to turn it into a las gun pillbox. I mean, come on.
The Khmer was also not bad because it had all the little las guns on it and
Right.
multi-laser and all that other stuff. Miles better than the Rhino. Don't know why.
Oh, the really funny thing was
Still
that he
pretty
actually managed to get a guy in position to throw a vortex grenade at my command unit, and I proceeded to run them away. And the vortex grenade kept following them. It was hilarious. It's like, no, go away! Oh God, that was a really funny game. I can't believe I won that game. I played in one tournament with that army. My luck was awful in my opponents. Round 1 was against Space Wolves. Let's just say that did not go well. I don't think I killed an enemy model.
I remember doing that to Tor once.
Admittedly, part of it wasn't just Space Wolves. I was playing against a guy who was actually really good too.
Right.
Round 2, Eldar, but not just Eldar.
Swordwind Eldar?
Harlequins.
Oh, fuck. I'm
As
sorry,
the
dude.
Imperial Guard.
Yeah.
Round 3.
Pack up the army and go home, dude.
I played it out and lost badly. Round 3, I got Space Orcs, and that was a fun, crazy game that ended in a draw, and we both had a blast. We were both 0-2, and we were like,
The Space Orc players say, I won all my games. I always win all my games. Don't talk about the other ones.
That was a lot of fun.
Big victories, little victories, and ones we don't talk about.
But yeah, eventually, as we mentioned last week, 3rd edition came out. I tried to play my Imperial Guard for a little while. Decided I was sick to death of the Imperial Guard and bought a small Marine army instead.
Right.
And had a lot more fun with them for a while.
Everyone defaults to Marines.
I had a lot of fun with my vanilla Space Marines. I really enjoyed them. We had some good. The two of us had some good games between my Marines and your Speed Freaks.
Yes. We did have a few good ones. Although I gotta say, the most entertaining fights in 3rd edition I've ever had was against Roach's Dark Eldar. Because those were just like drive around in circles at each other shooting until the transports are gone, and then whoever gets the charge off with their warlord. Remember one scenario where it was Roach's Archon stranded in the middle of the table with my warlord and his knobs, getting out, charging him, losing combat because of the shadow field, and then fleeing back into the truck, rallying, then charging back at the freaking warlord next turn. Roach Stern deemed that the yo-yo game.
Oh God. So yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's about that time.
that's about that time.
We've had a lot of fun rambling about random stuff today.
We're good at that.
We are. It's what we do. It's what we do. It is a skill we have.
Yes.
It's a terrible skill. It's a useless skill, but we
It's
have
not
it.
a terribly marketable skill.
No. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Listening/watching/ whatever you want to call this. I hope you all had fun. We had a blast.
Yes.
We try to save the time at the end of each episode for viewer questions. We didn't get any this week. That's fine. But we love getting them, and we love answering them because it's fun.
Yes.
So we did get one email, but it wasn't really a question, which I forwarded on to you, Eric.
Yes, and I read it, and it was pretty cool.
Let me find this quickly again.
We should.
I want to just give a shout out to the guy. It was Kevin Rausch.
Yes.
Just wanted to say we enjoyed the email. Thought it was kind of cool. Really, actually, very neat.
And I would totally watch that show.
Yeah. We don't have time right now to read. We're not going to read it out loud on air, but it was definitely very cool stuff. And cool that you thought it up at age 8. That was neat.
Yeah, that's actually remarkably sophisticated.
So thanks for sending that in. We really enjoyed reading that. But yeah, we love getting email questions from the questions from the viewers, and you can email them to us. Our email address is surlygrognards@yahoo.com, surlygrognards@yahoo.com, or you can post them on our forums, which you can find at mechagm.forumer.com. We got a section there for viewer questions and such. Also, if you've got feedback for us, constructive criticism, things you love that we do, etc., we love getting that. You can either email it to us or post it on the forums. Or if you've got show topic suggestions, we adore those because,
We really adore those, seriously. Otherwise, they'll just have more of us just doing this.
And this is fun, but, we actually like having something resembling a topic to bullshit about. To at least
Some framework for our ramblings.
to hang our crazed ramblings on. But yeah, send them to us at either of those places. We record the show every Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern here on twitch.tv/mechagm. I tweet out when the stream is going to be going live. So just keep an eye on my Twitter, which is at mechagm. If the show's going to be late or we have to skip a week or anything like that, that's where the info will be. Keep an eye on that for when I'm streaming anything else. If you want to catch old episodes of the show, you can find them on mechagm.blogspot.com, my blog, or on my YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/mechagm. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Hope you all had fun. Anything you want to say before we sign off, Eric?
Still have to put this fucking man of war together.
Right. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep on gaming.
Bye, humans.